channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. This is Brenda. So today I am going to be bringing you a Halloween card. It's going to be a shaker card. It's something I saw in, I think on Facebook or YouTube, and I'm inspired to make it. It's by Spellbinders, but I don't have the actual dies that came that they were demonstrating with. So I decided to go to Cricut Design Space and kind of be inspired and kind of do my own. So let me show you what I did. So the elements of the card basically is a shaker window. It is a spider web and a spider. And so I just got these images from Design Space. I just typed in spider web and a spider. So there's nothing too miraculous about that. So, yep, you can see the spiders. You just pick what you like. And then I picked the spider, so that was under images. And then I just went and picked a spider that I liked. That was the fairly easy part. And later on, I'll take you to the other side where I cut everything out so you can kind of see it in that aspect. And so I'm using some orange paper, just what I had in my stash, and then some black scrap to cut out the little spider. Then I went and this is where it became a little bit more complicated, which is this image here where I actually cut out my card front. So I'll show you when I get down to my work surface what I used. So this is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's the card front. I have a Sweet Halloween. Again, I didn't, all fairness, this was just an inspiration piece. So I used kind of what their sentiment was. And then I kind of did the words in a kind of curvature. So that was just using the text feature here, typing out my words. Let's see if I can show you where that is. And then you're using this curve here, like this, so to curve it out. And then I'm just using some fonts. So I did use my Cricut pen. So this is on the Cricut pen, and then I cut this out. So it's fairly straightforward. This is not really how to do it in Design Space. I just wanted to communicate how I got the elements together before I take you down to my work surface. And I had to use my Cricut to cut out everything because I didn't have the stamp. I had the paper and I didn't have the corresponding spider web or a spider. So that's why I ended up using them. So I kind of did it in two different elements. I'm going to bring you down to my work surface because I did do a sample this time, so I'm not running all over the place. There we go. So here it is. This is what it looks like. This was my sample. Let me bring you down a little so you can kind of get in there. Okay, there. So this is what it looks like. This is my prototype. I think I put too much shaker bits in there. So basically, I wasn't sure about the spacing. I like this. I think the spider's too big. I like the spider web. If I had a thought about it, I could have made this a little bit thicker, but that's fine. And I just used some glitter shaker bits that I had in my stash just to kind of use them up, just to kind of give a feel. And so this would be the panel on top of either a top folding or a side folding card. For this one, because this was my sample, this is a little flimsier than I like. So I'll just show you what I did. Let me go grab the paper so I can kind of run through what I used in my stash. I'll be right back. Okay. Well, I came in and asked some questions. Okay, so this was quite a collab between all the stuff that I had just to make this dream come alive. So of course I could have cut the circle out in the Design Space, but I wanted the stitching So I wanted that element, and it really didn't communicate very well on here, but so either way, I know it had a little bit of stitching in there. So I use this is a 3-inch circle. So when I designed it in Design Space, I made sure that I used a 3-inch circle shape so I could get this spacing right. So it's hanging off the side, so it's like a infinity thing here. So that took care of that. So that's what that is. I don't remember where I got these. I think I just got these shapes off of Amazon, quite frankly. So I got a bunch of shapes. Okay. So I just went into my stash. So the inspiration piece was pink and purple. I just went in and got some pink and purple color out of my stash. And this is, I do believe this is probably from Michaels. Then I used the mixed media paper. I didn't have the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so I just cut this down. This is the 6 by 6 media paper, and I do believe it makes a big difference because I had to pop this up with this one from using these foam shaker bits, just because it was in the middle, it was sagging. So that's that. So here's so I'm going to take you to the other side of my craft room where it is cutting out. Enjoy that, and then I'll bring you back for assembly. So let's bring you back for assembly here. So for the shaker pouch, I've got these cellophane bags that I'm going to use. So it made the perfect pouch for the infinity shaker bit thingy bob. So the idea is fill it up. I'm going to use some score tape to adhere it. Boop, boop. So we're going to use that. So here is this. This is cut out of that mixed media paper. So actually I cut out 2 pieces so it'll look like that, right? Okay, then I have the pink from that paper pad, so I'm going to glue that there like that. Then I wasn't sure on my sizing because I really didn't look up the size of the spider webs from the die. So I have 2 different sizes. And it just depends on which one I want to use. And then, like I said, I made the spider a little bit too big. If I had thought about it, I wouldn't have made it that big. But I do have a itty bitty one. I think this is better in scale compared to this one, because he kind of dominates the whoops, I'm sorry, he kind of dominates. Sorry about that. So I think this is better in scale. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this pink part. Again, this could be scraps, could be whatever you have in your stash. It doesn't have to be this color. So I'm going to glue it here, like on the side, like that. Okay. So I'm going to use some liquid glue for that. I really, I've been looking at my crafting journal, right? Like my what I plan, and I kept writing month to month. It's at the beginning of the year. Every month I write, okay, what am I going to do? I want to do a shaker card. And I haven't done one in a while. Every month when I set down my goals, I write shaker card, and I said, okay, this is the month. Shaker card. Every month. I'm trying to get rid of that white. I hope you won't really see it, but I'm trying to make sure I get it as close to the edge as possible. Okay, so that took care of that back panel. So basically that's how that's going to fit. And then depending on which spider web I use, how deep or how, how much I want to show the spider web. That's what that's going to look like, right? All right, so that takes care of that. That's step one. Step two is to prepare the pouch. So this, as long as, keep this in mind, as long as this covers this, will be good. So for the shaker bits, and I'll just bring those up. I'm going to use this. This is what I have. It's a little bit flatter than this, and so hopefully it won't sit up as high. And I just poured a crap ton in here. I didn't really think about it, but I just used what I had. So this makes a perfect shaker pouch. Oh my God. This actually, if I'm going to do a shaker card, this is the way to go. So I am going to take some score tape. All right. I'm going to flip the bag over, so I'm going to take some score tape, and then I'm just going to lay down some tape. I'm going to start at the end, measure that out. You can, when the inspiration piece, and I'll have a link to it because I'm just going to be fair. They used packaging from your from the die sets, but I was like, I don't want to have to do all that cutting and taping, and I'm taping now, but I don't, I just didn't want to have a problem. So I said, well, I have some cellophane bags in my stash. Let me use the cellophane bag as a shaker pouch, as opposed to cutting up the bags from the. I guess I could have cut this from the dies and stuff. So I was like, that's what I did. So sometimes you can, get inspired and you make it your own. So this is me making it my own. It's not exactly what the content creator did, but this is what Brenda's doing. And it seemed to work in the first one. Okay. So I'm just making that. So the idea is to flip that over and attach this pouch like so. Okay. Yay. So let me grab this. This is my little trash can. Bring it back up a little. My little trash can. Pick up stick because I'm definitely gonna. Do I have any white over here? Yeah, I do. I need some white cardstock for the eyes for the thing, so I'm gonna make sure I have that handy. I just find if I keep this little thing, this was supposed to be a paintbrush thingy bob, like for your watercolor. You put your paintbrushes in the water, and I just use it as a trash can. It works because it's small enough. Although I could go if the Dollar Tree had another dollar store, I could go get a second one for that. But there we go. Okay. So make sure you guys can see that. And it doesn't have to be, it just has to be enough where, there we go. There we go. Well, okay. It has to just be on there like that. Okay, so the next step is to fill the pouch. And again, this is from Michael's. This is not anything extra special. Just what I got from my local craft store. Gonna open it up, like open the pouch up. And try to get those little shaker bits down in there, the little glitter bits. I've never used this before, so whoa, oh Lord Jesus, that is way too much. Okay, let's see if I can get some back in. That's like toothpaste. Okay, well, that's not gonna work. That is way too many. Holy cow! I should have used a spoon. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. We should be able to get some of that back in the toothpaste back in the bottle. Okay, well, maybe not. Okay, there we go. That's way too much. So I feel a vacuuming coming on to get that glitter up. I got a little tabletop vacuum. I didn't realize I was going to spill that much. Sorry about that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I think that's good. Woohoo! That was exciting. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to lay flatter than the other sequins. See if I can get this up real quick off the side of my table. Okay, never mind. I can see where that's going. Let me put the top back on that. I can see where this is going. This is not going anywhere fast. Let's move it out to the side. Whoops. Okay. Well, making a mess, but that's okay. So then the idea is to go ahead and close this on this side. And then I'm just going to seal this. I mean, I guess I could use some regular Scotch tape on this at this point. Where's my Scotch tape? I don't need double-sided tape, but I'll just use it. It'll be fine. It will be. So the idea being is go ahead and close up your bag so your shaker bits won't fall out. I'm going to make sure I get that coverage into that right there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Okay, perfect. So it'll be some shaker sound. Okay. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Like that. Okay. So now is time for I think I'm going to use the bigger one. So now you just got to kind of dry fit this to see how you like it. Oh yeah. Okay, so I just want to see where I get the thing at. I guess it won't matter. So we're going to glue this down. Now, if I had been thinking, yeah, I really should have done two. I really would have done. I should have doubled them up, but I didn't. So it's all fine. I'm just putting the little lines of glue. Just enough. Well, I'm going to put a block on this. And while it's setting up and drying, I'll go work on my spider. That was not fun. Okay, wherever that lands is what it's going to be. Okay, because I really don't want to. I'll kind of wait for that to dry because that will dry clear. Okay, whoa, can't really see it. There you go. That's what it looks like. Okay, and I got some glue on there, so I'm just going to swap that glue up. I'll wait for it to dry. I should have waited for it to dry. Let me see. Sometimes I can get it before it goes and dries up. And then if it looks dull, I'll just wipe it up with a... You won't hardly ever tell because there's so many shaker bits in there. But I will put a block on that. And we'll go work on this little bitty spider. If I have the spider. Here we go. Okay, so what I want to do for this spider is I need just a little bit of white behind the spider. Just a little bit, but for the eyes. Just to glue the eyes on. I think that's going to be too big. Yeah, it's too big. Because that spider's smaller than the other one. That's why I left it so big. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue right there. And then I'm just going to glue that white piece on the back of the spider. Move it over a little bit. There we go. So that'll give me a base for the eyes. So it'll be like the white of the eyes. And then, let's see, have a dot, pick up stick. Whoops, the other side. And have the black dot right here. So small you can barely make it out. Wow. So T90. Can barely make that out. But it'll go right in there. Where's the other dot? Is that it? Oh, yeah, that's it. It's so small. I think that's it. It's so T90. Oh, okay. Come on, work with me. Where is there another dot in here? Did it not cut out right? Oh yeah. I really need a small dot for the eye. I don't want to have a one-eye bandit, but I could. Don't know why that didn't pop out. Okay, have a winking spider or one-eye bandit. And I don't have anything to cut out a small circle like this. Let me see what I can do. Okay, we're going to have a one-eye bandit because it didn't cut it out. I don't know why. Did not cut that little dot out. I'll think on it. Let me think on it. I might have another solution. We will see. Okay. Oh, let's hang on to that. Okay. So let's glue this guy down. Let's see. So if I glue it down. Oh yeah, let me see some glue sticking out. Okay, still see some glue. But we'll glue that down, right? Alright. I think that's good. I think that looks good like that. I don't know what I was thinking. Should have used a scoop. So I'm going to use some liquid glue for this, just to get it all sorted. It's not that bad, y'all. It's not that bad, I promise. It's just a card. It's not the end of the world. Well, you would think so. I had a heart attack putting the glitter flakes in. Alright, so we're going to stand that up. Put it down on the edge, use our desk. That'll give me a little wiggle room all the way around. Okay, great. Okay, figure out that eye. Might have to go get my googly eyes. Put that on there. But that's it. Now, you can put this on a card base, which is what I'm gonna do. Hold on to that for a hot second. Let me go get the googly eyes because that could probably solve my problem with the eyes, with the spider. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, so googly eyes, we'll do that. That'll work. I don't have time to play with that. I'm just praying these are small enough. I think they're gonna be fine. Oh yeah. Okay, googly eye spider. That's what we got going on. It's a googly eye spider. This was a little bit bigger, but we're gonna make this work. Oops. It's the smallest googly eye I got. So we're gonna have a googly eye spider. Oh, that works. I got big googly eyes, small googly eyes. I actually like them better than, I like the paper eye too, but this will work. Oh, I probably should get a better container for this, but I'll keep them separated. Hey, whatever works. Oh, yeah, some labels down in there too. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, so let's take this guy off. Let me get a thingy bob. So hopefully, I'm going to move those up off that thing. Bring you back down a little closer. Not actually, let me move it over. I'm going to do a drop of glue here and a drop of glue here. And then I'm going to have to wait on that. For that to catch. Wow. That just hit the floor. Let's do it again. You gotta love my life, right? You gotta love it, right, guys? You gotta love it. You just gotta love it. Oh, well, hang on to that just in case this one goes flying. I'll have another one. Should have known better. Okay, there we go. Googly eye there. So we got a googly eye spider. I'm just pushing down hard on that. And then we can put our spider right here. I'm just going to go ahead and put him on there. Turn that over. Oh, I got to pop him up. Because I need him a little bit dimensional. So I got my little foam squares. So we're going to make a little bitty foam square. Just a bitty bitty one. Turn that over. We're going to drop that on there. As soon as I can. It's nice having nails, but sometimes it's not. You know? I think that should be good enough. That'll just give them a little dimension. This is fragile, but my Cricut did a really good job. I haven't used that sucker in a while. And Design Space had all kind of updates. I couldn't find half the stuff. I'm like, oh my god. Changing things to change things. Okay, there's the spider. There's the card. Let me move you back up. There's a little spider. Okay, so that's it. So here's my little card base. Slap that on there. You can actually take off this part and put it on there like that. But I'm gonna, yeah, let's do that, and then I'll decorate it. Because I got some stuff. All right, pull that off. And then I'll just use some liquid glue here. Make sure I get the center and the sides and the back. Sorry, I'm all up in the camera. Okay, make sure it goes in the right direction. Put that down there. Use your table. Get it aligned just right. And then we got a card. Yay! Nice card. Oh, beautiful. Yay! Little shaker card. I've never done this type of card before. Apparently I can follow instructions. And actually using the thicker media paper actually did work better than using the thinner. I would say use thicker paper, like 110-pound paper if you're going to do this. If you didn't have a mixed media, just use a thicker piece of paper. Okay, so for this, I think I'm going to I'll use this. Since I don't have, I'm going to use some little triangle-y dots there. Let's see, 3 here. Yep. Should have a small one. 1, 2. No, I need how about a bigger and a smaller? Yeah, how about that? Yeah, I like that. This is a really simple card. I really like it. It came together really nicely. Oh, let's do that. Okay, glue, dot, down. Usually have 2 things. Come on. Down, glue, push it down. Oh. And I'm using all 3 sides of this. This is from, it's called Black Ice Confetti Mix. I think, I can't remember where I got that. All confetti, all this confetti, all that confetti, something like that. It's a confetti shop. I keep forgetting that I have stuff like this and I don't put it on my cards. So I'm going to try to use it. There you go. There we go. We got a Halloween card. Yay! And it's a shaker card. It will shake and it has some shaker sounds. It's not a lot of movement. I think it's darling. Yay! Okay, so if you like what you've seen, and mess included, because I'm a messy crafter, please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you like to see. I'm going to clean up my desk. I am so excited for Halloween. I don't know if I'm trying to do Halloween and Christmas. So I think my next shaker card will be a Christmas shaker card. But I'm pretty sure I have some dies. So I think I'm going to use the same concept again. But this is going to be a dry emboss. So I'm going to emboss this part to give it a little bit more visual interest. And then I'll use some stamps or something. I'm sure I've got something I can stamp in this area. I don't know if I got any stamps that are curved, but I'll be able to make something happen and then use, I've got some stuff I can use in the window. But at the end of the day, oh, you know, you guys, I'm sorry. I was just thinking I should have put some inking around this and distressed this a little. But that's okay. That's a thought. You could ink this and to add some stuff. I mean, I could have, you know, there's some other things you could have done. I could have stenciled first, but you know, you never know. Live and learn. I didn't think about it till a few minutes ago. I was just following the inspiration piece. But these are things you can make it your own when you have it. But this is what it looks like from the side, by the way. Yeah, I'm so excited. So yeah, again, I think I'm signing off now and stop talking. So if you like what you see, please just give me a thumbs up. That'll help the channel. Support it the best way you can. I really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys next time.